Good evening, and I welcome you, students. We have discussed last time that we can connect resistors in series, and resistors can be also connected in parallel combination. And last time, students, we have derived a very important formula for the resistances in series. What we find, students, when we connect the resistances in series, what happened? What was the formula? If there are three resistors R1, R2, R3. If I connect them in series, what we obtained, student? The effective resistance. Total resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And what happens when they were connected in series, the same current was flowing through them. That means if you have a series circuit, student, same current will flow through all of them. Now we are talking what will happen if I connect the resistors in parallel. When I say resistors are connected in parallel, what it means, student? We have already told you that if I have students one, let me say there are three resistors R1, R2, R3 students. How will we connect them in parallel? This is my R1 students. Okay. Then you have another one students. This is my R2 students. You have another resistance. This is my R3. So they will be joined to a common node. How will we do that? Then we have to student, there is this point, this point, this point. You can see there is a node student to which they are connected. These are the three resistor students. So now they will be in parallel student. We have to connect a battery student. Battery means you have a positive and negative terminal, positive and negative, positive and negative, positive and negative. There are three cells here, one cell, two cell, three. So depends on how many cells we are connecting student. So one, two, three, four cells are here. So what will happen, student? I connect this. You will connect this student. We will have a key circuit, and ammeter is always connected in series. That you know, this is a negative, this is a positive, ammeter negative, and this is positive. This is the circuit student. Current will flow from where? Electrons flow from negative to positive, current opposite direction student. So here this is the direction of the current student. I, this current is flowing, I is flowing, this I is coming out student. This is ammeter. Now where will we attach the voltmeter student? Where is the voltmeter? So here voltmeter is always connected in parallel students. V is my voltmeter connected in parallel. This will give me the reading of the potential difference. This will give me the reading of the current, volts and current. They can be measured. This is plus, then I'm writing plus and minus. Is this circuit okay? So these three resistors have common node, as you can see. They are connected with a common positive, this is negative part, this is the positive part, common nodal point. Then we call them that these resistors are connected in parallel. Am I right? For series, what type of circuit was here? One, two, three, like this. They were end to end. R1, R2, R3. Now here, this is the circuit. Clear? So students, we have made a parallel combination. This point I'm saying is my X, Y students. Okay? And I can have L point, M. This is I'm calling P student. This point I'm calling Q. and this is my S, this is my T students. So now we want to see student, if we pass the electric current through this, if I pass electric current through this student, then this can be measured by an ammeter. For the complete circuit, I is the current. But does the same current flows in R1, R2 or R3? That is our point. And we can also find the value of the potential difference student across, this is across the this one or across any one of them, across by changing the position of the voltmeter and ammeter. Therefore, in order to find a relationship between the effective resistance when we will connect the resistors in parallel, we will do an experiment student, just we did experiment in the first case. So or we will do an activity, student. What is the purpose of this? To find out the effective resistance student, or what we call as in this case, what will be the effective or equivalent resistance of parallel combinations. What we want to find out student? We want to find out equivalent resistance when we connect the resistors in parallel. Resistors in parallel students. What will be the case? So we are performing an activity. Let us see what is the activity. This is the circuit which I have shown here. Same thing. Make a parallel combination of three resistors having R1, R2, R3. This is a parallel combination. ठीक है, connect it with a battery, a plug key, ammeter. Also connect a voltmeter in parallel with combination of the resistor. Plug the key, note the ammeter reading. Let the current be I. Also take the voltmeter. It gives the potential difference V across the combination. The potential difference across each resistor is also V. This can be checked by connecting the voltmeter across each individual resistor. Important point. We are now doing an experiment student, or what we call as activity in physics lab. ठीक है, activity we are doing in our science lab student. What we are doing, you will note down, if I complete the circuit, you will note student I value. I is my current in amperes student. This will be given by which one? Ammeter. I will note down my ammeter reading. ठीक है. Third, I will note V student, as in this case V, that is the potential difference. ठीक है. I will note down the potential difference across the combination student. Combination means 1, 2, 3 combination. This is across the combination. Can I note student individual can I check the potential difference across each resistor? Note the potential difference student. Note the potential difference. Can I note the potential difference student by this potential difference across each resistor? Can I note it? Tell me. Yes or no? ठीक है? How will I do it? We will show it. Figure 12.1. This, what I will do student, if I want to note my potential difference across this, what will I take the voltmeter and join the voltmeter like this. ठीक है? If I join it like this, what will I get? If I join my voltmeter here student, what will be this? This will be the potential difference. This is giving me the potential difference student across potential difference across R1. Then I can find the potential difference across R2. If I will remove this and join with this, okay? If I join the voltmeter here at this point, what will I get? Potential difference across R2. If I join the voltmeter here, then what will I get, students? Potential difference across R3. Can I do it? So we can measure, students, potential difference across R1, across R2, across R3. Can you tell me, student, what is our observation? What do you think you will get in the science lab? Will you get different potential difference or same? Experimentally, I'm saying. What do you think, students? What is the observation? If I measure the potential difference across three different resistors, what we observe, student?
Sir,
What we
different.
it is, the potential difference is not different when we have parallel circuit. That's what I want to tell you, students. It is important point to note. That's why we said if we will take the voltmeter reading, students, what will we find, student, in these cases? That potential difference is the same, student. Potential difference is not changing. Important point, student. If we observation is that in parallel combination, in parallel resistor, note down, combinations, potential difference across each resistor is equal to V, student, is equal to V. What is that? V, same as potential difference across combination of resistors. Combination of resistors, students, important point. This is the difference between parallel and series combination. In series, we found different values of V1, V2, V3, but here we find the same value of V. So what we find? R1 potential difference V, R2 V, R3 V. Experimentally, we find this one. Experimentally, from the activity, this result is obtained. This result is obtained, students. Now we will have to measure the current. You have measured the potential difference in parallel circuit. Same, V is same. Let us measure now, student. Measure. What we will measure, student? The total current is how much? Total current flowing through the circuit is I amperes. Let us see if the current is same across each resistor, student. Okay? We will now study the current across resistor R1. How will you study? Can you see the ammeter now? I have removed the ammeter from, where was the ammeter in this case? Here. This ammeter is removed from here. And I close it and then I put the ammeter here. Now the ammeter is where? Here. But it will measure the current of R1. If I find this value, what we find, student? What we observe? What is observed? Observation. Experimentally, we observe, student, that current across resistors R1 is equal to I1, which is not same as I. This I1 is not equal to I1. Current is different now. Current across R1 is I1, and we find current across resistor R2. I will remove this and put it here. Okay? Can I put it here and remove it? This will give me the current through resistors R2. It was found to be I2. That is also different. Resistance is different, current is different. In parallel circuit, I am talking of parallel circuit. What type of circuit is this? These are resistors are attached in parallel, student, parallel. Then we will find the current across student resistor R3. It was found to be I3. So students, what we find that when the resistors are connected in parallel, the current gets divided. Currents get divided, students. Different resistor, the current is different, but the total, if we also find, it is observed, student, experimentally, that I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So the total current I gets divided into three parts. And what comes out, student? I1 plus I2 plus I3. Understood? This is a result of the activity. You got my point? What happened, student? This current I was going here. And now it has got divided in three parts. This is, current is I1 here, current here is I2, current here is I3. Then it combines and I get I, which is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to I. This is the result of the parallel combination. Noted? You have noted, students?
Yes, sir.
Very important point, student. Therefore, students, therefore, what we find, student, what we are finding, student, that when resistors are connected in parallel, students, I current student gets divided, and different current flows through different resistors. And experimentally, what we find, I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay? Experimentally it is found. Now what is the Ohm's law, students? V is equal to I into R. What is I then? I is equal to V by R. Okay? We know it. I is equal to V by R, students. And in parallel, potential difference V remains the same across each resistor. Clear? V does not change, but current gets divided. If RP is my effective resistance, student, okay, then what will be the value of this resistor, student? So we have to find the equivalent resistance. If RP is the equivalent resistance in parallel circuit, student, then I, what is I value? Then I can say I is equal to V by, this is my equation 1, student. Put Ohm's law, apply Ohm's law. Apply Ohm's law. What will I get? I is equal to V by RP, student. Okay? RP. What is RP? Equivalent resistance of parallel combination. This is equal to I1 will be V is same. V is same, student. R1. This V is same potential difference across all the resistors, R2 plus V by R3. Okay? Or I can write it like this, student, V by RP. I can take V common, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, student. V and V cancels. We can cancel the two, student. Then what result you are getting? If I cancel the two, student, what I am getting? 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Therefore, students, when I connect the resistors in parallel, then what is the result? The equivalent resistance joined in parallel is equal to sum of the reciprocals, of individual resistances. What we get? Sum of the reciprocal of individual resistances, students. Supposing I say that I have R1 2 ohms, R2 3 ohms, student, and R3 5 ohms. And we ask you, they are connected in parallel. Okay? Then what is the equivalent resistance? What is the equivalent resistance, student? You have 1 minute to solve the question. Okay. Find the value of the equivalent resistance by using this formula. What is the answer coming, students? How will you do it? You have to calculate 1 by Rp, 1 by 2 reciprocal of this, plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5. What will be the LCM of this, student? So if I take 30 students, 2 15, 3 10, 5 6, what is this value coming? 25, 31 by 30. So what will be the value of Rp then? 30 by 31 ohms. So it is something less than about 0.9 something. Clear? So see, these were connected and the effective resistance has become less. Effective resistance is less than this. So when we connect them in parallel combination, what happens? The resistance decreases. So we can calculate the value of effective resistance by using this formula. Is it clear? Tell me, any doubt?
No, sir.
So we can conclude that the reciprocal of equivalent resistance of a group of resistances joined in parallel is equal to sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. Sum of the reciprocal of the individual resistances. Clear? Can we do it? Done it? Okay. Now there is a question coming, question, student, based on this. In the circuit diagram given, student, suppose the resistors R1, R2, R3 have values 5, 10, 30 ohm, which have been connected to a battery of 12 volt, student. Calculate the current through each resistor. Second, total current in the circuit and total circuit resistance. You have 2 minutes to solve this question, student. This is based on, this question is to be answered based on resistors are connected in parallel, students, in parallel. So here is a circuit diagram. They are connected in parallel. You know, in parallel, the current gets divided, students. Current will get divided. So first you will have to find the current through each resistor. Current through each resistor. Total current in the circuit and total circuit resistance, students. The question has been put in three forms, students. Okay, let us see what is given, student. As you can see, current I flows. This current will get divided in three parts: I1, I2, and here, student, current is I3. The current will get divided into three parts. There are three resistors, so different amount of current will flow through them. And you are given, student, this is a parallel combination, student. Resistors in parallel. Resistors are in parallel. So we already know if they are in parallel, then current will get divided, student. And what will happen to the potential difference, student? Potential difference 12 volt will remain the same. So first, R1 is how much, student? R1 is 5 ohms. What is the value of, we know what is the formula, V is equal to I into R. This is our Ohm's law. Always I am using that. So what will be I1, student? V is same. V is how much? 12 volt. This is same in parallel for everyone. So V by R1, student. How much is that? 12 by 5. How much is it coming, student?
So 2.4 amperes.
Okay, 2.4 amperes. What is I2? V by R2. What is the value of R2, student? 10 ohms. 12 by 10. What is the value coming? 1.2 ampere. What is the value of R3, students? 30 ohms. Then what will be I3, student? V by R3. What is V? V is same. R3 is a 30. So what you are getting? How much you are getting, student? 0.4 amperes. One, the higher the resistance, lower the current. You can see current becomes less. Current is inversely proportional to resistance, we told you. Therefore, first question, the current through each resistor. A, this is A part. Answered A part. What is the B answer, student? Total current. What is the total current? Tell me. What will be the total current, students? I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. 2.4 plus 1.2 plus 0.4. How much it is coming?
So 4 amperes.
4 amperes. Okay. What is the next part of it, student? The total circuit resistance. What is the formula, student? 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. What is the value coming, student? 1 by 5 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 30. How much it will come, student? 6 plus 3 plus 1. 10 by 30. Then what will be RP? RP is how much, student? 30 by 10, 3 ohms. Got the answer?
Yes, sir.
It is important point to note, student, that this is something very important. Such question will be there in the paper. This is an important question. We have to write all the steps. We have to write the units. Numericals are important, student, in the chapter of electricity. They will be asked. You should write the steps and write the units, students, and then we can get full marks. The marks are not difficult. We can get full marks, student, to get this very important point, student. Another question is coming, student. Numericals are important, will be asked to us students. Will be asked. Numericals will be asked to us students. What he says in figure 12.12, R1 is equal to, students, 10 ohms, R2 is equal to 40 ohms, and there are R3 30 ohms, R4 is 20 ohms, R5 is 60 ohms, student, and they are connected with a battery, student. Total potential difference is 12 volt. Calculate the total resistance in the circuit. Total resistance in the circuit, student. How will you calculate the total resistance in the circuit, students? You have 2 minutes to answer the question. I have told you there are two types of combinations. What are those? One series and other parallel. Parallel and series. So you will identify first what is the definition of series and what is the definition of the parallel, which we told you, and then we can find the answer for this question. Is important question for the paper, student. Such questions will be asked in your exam. Such questions will be asked, student. You have 1 to 2 minutes to answer the question. After that, I will solve the question, students. First, you will tell me, student, where do you see parallel, which are attached parallel to each other? What is the definition of a parallel? When they have the same node, student, are these two resistors R1 and R2, tell me, are they connected in series or in parallel?
So they are parallel.
Okay. So first point, I'm concentrating on this point, student. This part. I can say that R1 and R2 are in parallel, student. I can identify number 1 point. And if they are in parallel, will be their effective resistance, student? What is the formula of what will be the, I can replace these two by one resistor, which will be the effective resistor of this. So I call this as 1 RP1. 1 RP1 is equal to, if RP1 is the effective resistance, which these two can be replaced by this value, which I'm saying 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. How much is that then? R1 is how much? 1 by 10. What is R2? 1 by 40. What will be the answer, student? 4 plus 1. 5 by 40. 1 by 8, or what I can say, student? 1 by 8 of 1 by 1 ohm. So what will be the R dash R1 P value? 8 ohms. Is it correct? That means these two are equal to 8 ohms. I can replace these 2 by 1 resistor, student, which is having 8 ohms. Clear? Got it? These two, but we have proved, student, that these two R1 and R2, okay, they are in parallel and they are equal to one equivalent resistance, which I am saying R1 P, which is 8 ohms. Clear? Let me see the second, this part. Can you see this part? Tell me, these three are connected in series or in parallel?
So they are parallel.
Okay, number 2 point here. R3, R4, R5 are in parallel. So can I replace these 3 by 1? Can I replace this by 1 resistor, student? 1 resistor, which I am saying RP2. RP2. This was RP1. What will be the value of RP2, students? Effective resistance, students, RP2. What will be that? 1 by RP2 will be equal to 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4 plus 1 by R. What is the value of R3? 30 ohms. 1 by 30, 1 by 20, 1 by 60. Am I right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What will be the 60, 32, 3 and 1? What you are getting? 6 by 60. Then what is the value of RP2, students?
So 10 ohms.
10 ohms. Okay. Now, students, I have two resistances here. What are those? One is this one and RP1. Now tell me how RP1 and RP2 are connected. RP1 and RP2, how they are connected, student, in the circuit? This is one resistance, this is another resistance. Now how they will be connected in circuit, tell me. It is something like this, student. You have plus minus plus minus. For example, now I have got one here, RP1. Okay, this is your ammeter, plus minus, and you have got minus. This is your key, student, and I am putting another one here. What is that? RP2. How are they connected now? RP1 and RP2, tell me. Are they in parallel or in series? Tell me now. This RP1 and RP2, how they are connected, students? Series or parallel? Array, if I remove this, they are joined end to end. Okay? They are joined end to end. Can you see it? That's why I have shown this diagram. They are joined end to end, student. And when they are joined end to end, what will be the result of that? They are in series, student. They are in series. If they are in series, student, what will be the total resistance? What will be the total resistance, student? RT. RP1 plus RP2. What are the values then? 8 plus 10. How much? 18
So
ohms.
18 ohms.
The entire circuit will give me, these were resistances connected, student, in this way. Parallels, and then series. The effective resistance, total resistance will come to be 18 ohms in the circuit, students. And what else you want to calculate now? Total resistance in the circuit is 18 ohms. Okay? Total current flowing in the circuit, student. Total resistance is 18 ohms. Total resistance in the circuit. What will be the total current, student, then? What do you want to calculate? Total current, student. So these resistors are in series and this is the potential difference, students. Total current is given by what? Ohm's law. What is the Ohm's law? I is equal to V by R total. What is the value of V? 12 volt divided by 18. What is the value of the current coming then? How much? How much is the current, students? Twelve by 18 is how much?
So
12 by,
0.67 amperes.
this is my answer, student. See, this is very, very important question. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So students, you can see the questions which are asked is like this. Now we understand that at your home, student, you every appliance you are using has got some resistance. Electric bulb is there, tube is there, fan is there, motor is there, washing machine, they all have different resistors. They have different resistances. The question is, student, should we connect them in series or in parallel, student? There is an electric circuit at your home. Is there electric circuit at your home? Yes or no? So at your home, there is an electric circuit and you have electronic devices. Okay? Electronic devices. What type of devices you have? Supposing you have electric bulb, you have electric fan, student. Okay? Then you have electric heater, geyser, refrigerator. All this you are using at home. Are you using? Yes or no? Washing machines. Now the question is, student, how should we connect the circuit? Should we connect them all in series or in parallel, student? The question is now. Should you connect them in series circuit? Because each one has a resistance, different resistance. Each appliance has a different resistance, student. So should they be connected in series or in parallel, student? Should they be connected in series or in parallel, student? You have, supposing this has resistance R1, this is R2, R3, R4, R5. All have different resistances, student. R1, R2, R6. Supposing, should you connect them in series or in parallel? That is the question now. Important question for the paper. This was also given this year in sample paper of the CBSE students. Tell me, Will you connect student them in series or in parallel? What is your answer? What is your answer, students? Can you connect them in series or in parallel, students? ठीक है? Student, it is not possible. Not possible. Or I'm saying it is impracticable. Impracticable, student, to connect. It is impracticable to connect, student, these appliances in series. It is impracticable to connect these electronic, ठीक है, electronic devices in series. Why? Because students, they need different currents, because each needs different current, students, different current values to operate. And you know, in series what happens? Current remains the same. In series, same current will flow through all, but then they need different currents. So how will you get different current? You cannot get different current in series, students. Okay? So this is not possible. Not possible, or if to connect us in series. You cannot connect them in series. Got the point? So they have to be connected, student, in parallel circuit. 1 point. Second disadvantage. What is the disadvantage of student connecting connecting these appliances in series circuit? What is another disadvantage, student? If one component students fails, fused, or broken, what will happen? This will break the entire circuit. The entire circuit is broken. Okay? And what will be the result of that? The entire circuit will break, student. And if entire circuit will break, what will happen, student? None of the components will work. Important question. This has been asked in the paper, students. None of the components will work. Therefore, students, it is not possible to connect the different appliances which are at our home in the series circuit. And even in the festival, the lights or marriages you have seen, student, they are in these small bulbs are in circuit of series. If one of the bulb fuses, then the whole is gone, and it will be very difficult, student. You can't find where is the fused bulb, student. Parallel circuit has advantages. Advantages of parallel circuit, student. Advantages of parallel circuit. Now you know parallel circuit. Current divides. Currents divides, student, through different electrical gadgets, because different electrical gadgets, students, needs different currents. Okay? One. Second, you have seen that when I connect the resistances in parallel, 1 by R, the effective resistance you have found, student, this is less. Whereas in series, the resistance increases. In series, the resistance increases, whereas in parallel, the total resistance resistance in parallel circuit is decreased, student, because 1 by RT is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, students. 1 by R1, 1 R3. Whereas in series, what happens, students? So this is decrease. This is helpful when each gadget has different resistance and requires different current to operate. Whereas in series, student, what happens? R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So the resistance becomes high. The resistance will increase. If I have 2 ohm, 3 ohm, and 6, what will happen? 2 plus, if 2 plus 3 plus 6 ohms, what is the result of this? It become 11 ohms. And in this case, in parallel, what it will become? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6. How much will be that? 6, 2, 3, 3, 1. 6 by 6, that is equal to 1. So you see, in parallel, this is 1 ohm, and in series, it becomes R 11 ohms. Series. See, thus in series resistance increases, in parallel it becomes less. Therefore, student, very important question, that what are the merits and dismerits, what are the advantages of parallel circuit over the series circuit, is important question, because different gadgets operate at different resistances. Different gadgets in your home need different amounts of current. In series, the same current will flow. Therefore, it is impracticable to connect all the gadgets at your home in series. So what circuit you are using at home? Tell me. Series or parallel? What is the circuit at home? Which circuit we are using? You know the reason why we are using it is parallel circuit. Everything parallel, because in series it is impracticable, and different gadgets will need different amounts of current, which is only possible, student, when they are connected in parallel. And as you can see, the resistance in the parallel becomes less. In series, it becomes very high. And if one appliance is out, others are also fused, student. They are not working in the series circuit. Is it clear? Any doubt? All right, this ends up this topic, and then we will see you in the next class, students. And okay, I hope you have noted down everything, and we will meet you in the next class. Any doubt?